Hey, what's up guys? It's Viral here again, and this video is going to be another guide. Yep, another one. So I decided to make this actually just a few minutes ago, really. No, it's a little bored, but I decided to make this. It's kind of, you could call it a marksman variation. Kind of. It's a marksman ranger hybrid that was the top build to run in PvP back when marksman did not have the buff for, I think it was shoot to kill, if I remember correctly, when it wasn't as effective in PvP. But now that that was patched and updated, 6-1 marksman is one of the favorite builds, and a lot of people drop this one. So I'm just gonna revisit it and go over it because it is still a very viable spec. It outperforms 6-1 marksman in overall DPS, but it won't be as bursty, and you're also sacrificing eradicate, but it's still a really good build. I'll do a PvP video probably the next day, and I'll show you guys it. I'll show it in action because it's pretty good. So I'll just go over the build itself. Here we go. So the build you want to run, there's two variations that you can run, I know of. So right now I'm doing 36 Ranger, 40 Marksman. You can run, the only difference, I'm just going to go over because it's really quick, the only difference is you could sacrifice and do 30, I haven't done it for a while, I believe it's 34 in Ranger, and then you do 42 Marksman, because that allows you to get Eradicate, you need to put 44 in Marksman, and 32 in Ranger. So you sacrifice that in order to get Eradicate. But it's really preference. I prefer 40 Marksman, 36 Ranger. So I'm not going to go over what each thing does because that takes a long time. But really, on your own time, I would suggest you read through each talent that you spent points in because it allows you to understand the build better. So just remember, put 36 in Ranger, 40 in Marksman. You can see, here I'll go over the ones, put 5 in here, 5 at Eagle Eye, 1 in Enduring, 5 Wilderness Training, 5 in Kill and Focus, 2 Thrill of the Kill, 1 in Bestial Fury, 2 in Double Shot, 1 in Blood Rage, 1 in King of the Jungle, 3 in Prey on the Weak, 1 on Hasten Call, which is optional, 3 on Opportunity, 2 on Fast and Furious, must have, 4 out of 5 in Steady Hand. Real quickly, Marksman, 5 out of 5 Single-Minded Focus, 5 out of 5 Keen Eye, 2 out of 2 Full Metal Jacket, 5 out of 5 Increased Firepower, 1 Barb Shot, 5 Sniper Training, 1 for Bullseye, 2 in Master Archer, 2 in Killer Instinct, 2 in Rapid Extrication, 4 out of 5 in Controlled Fire, 1 out of 1 in Lock and Load, 5 out of 5 in Shoot to Kill. Now that was a lot, and that was pretty fast, but on your own time I would suggest you read through each one so you know what it does. Now here's the build itself. I'll show you the macros that you can use. Again, these are optional. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So you got, here's the builder that you can use. It's Show Quick Shot. I'll put these in the description below the video if anybody wants to copy paste them or just wants to use these as a basis. So you're going to put Cast Bullseye, Shadowfire, Empowered Shot, Swift Shot. So because in this build, aside from Marksman, you're also going to be using Shadowfire, which is kind of an equivalent to Empowered but a little better. So like Empowered, it's an instant, it's on a 20-second cooldown, and I believe Howard's only 7 seconds. There you go. It only does 7,454 and gives 2 common points. Wow. Shadowfire will give you 8,725 damage and award 2 common points, as well as putting a increasing your rogue's damage with ranged weapon attacks by 5%. So you get 2 ranged attacks that give you 2 common points. So big 2 hitters. So that's kind of your burst, is where you do Marksman, Shadowfire, because you're going to be getting instant empowereds from the build that you have. Anyway, digress. So you can do Bullseye, Shadowfire, Empowered, and Swift Shot. the reason you're doing swift shot over quick shot is um, you're getting more damage out of it, as well as getting the movement speed increase. So for your finisher, you'll have rapid fire shot and hasted shot. And oh, I didn't go over this, but put pet attack at the end of each macro. The reason I do that is so I can keep my pet on my own target. It helps to keep them on there, so you don't have to manually go, oh, attack that, blah blah blah. But yeah, for finisher, rapid fire shot, hasted shot. So I believe those are the macros. Oh, I also, like I said, for pet attack, that's what the macros on splinter shot is, because I have pet attack on there. So those are optional. And then I have my AoE macro. I just use the same one that runs from marksman, so you can put that on there. You won't have crossfire though, so keep that in mind. I think those are the macros. Now I can go over yeah, those are the macros. I can go over the build itself now. So even though you have quick shot your builder and your finisher here, you can also have right here swift shot separate, because it allows you to increase your overall DPS so you don't get caught doing this. Casting and powered shot, you never want to be caught doing that. It's a DPS loss and it's not worth it. So you don't want to be caught doing that. Alright, so simple. This build is really simple. Oh, little stubs over there. Okay, well, let's see. So you're gonna be going into PvP. You want to get your bleeds up. So you have 2 bleeds in this build. Marksman, you only have barb shot, but now you also have splinter shot. So you want to get splinter shot up, and you want to have barb shot up. Obviously barbed if they're moving around. So now you have 2 bleeds on them. You can't see barb because it's a dummy, but you want to keep those 2. You want to try to always keep those 2 bleeds up. And then once you have those bleeds up, so you start the fight, then you do your you do your builder, get up to 5, blah, and before you cast your finisher here, you're gonna want to use headshot. Okay, so let's say I'm fresh in the battle, coming into the battle. I get my bleeds up, build up to 5. Let's say I just built up to 5. I cast headshot, and then okay, let's say bleeds are falling off, put them back on. You know, build up again. Now I use my finisher, rapid fire shot. And the reason you do this is because when you fire headshot, you gain Bestial Fury, which will increase your damage by 5%. That's in right here. So every time your headshot hits, it'll increase damage by 5%. Always want to keep that up. It lasts, I believe, 60 seconds. Yeah, 60 seconds. So just always try to keep it. It's based on your combo points. So let's say I do it on 2. It only lasts like 23 seconds, 22 seconds. So keep that in mind. You will always want to keep that up. But when you have that buff up, just use your regular finisher. So really that's how you fight with the build. That's all you do. So you just keep your bleeds up, blah blah, like that. Get Bestial Fury up. See, I got the buff up. And just use your builder. That's really all there is to the build. Now I'm going to go over some side things. Here are your buffs to the build. Your buffs for this build will be Feral Instincts. Here we go. You don't want to use Fleeting. I mean, Fleeting, you can use that at the beginning of the match. Sometimes I do that if you want to get ahead of everyone, or you're trying to get away. So keep that in mind. But the main buffs you'll be using are Feral Instincts, Electrified Munitions, and Rending Munitions. Those are your buffs that you'll be using. Then those are the only buffs you have. And let's see, you'll have your Interrupt, you'll have Quick Reload, which resets all your abilities, you know, all your marksman abilities. Keep that in mind. It won't refresh Shadowfire and all that. You got Retreat, you got AoE, you got your Sprint on the double, you got your Shadow Shift. So that's really it for the build. Oh, one reason why this is one of the best, no, I'm going to say the best PvP build ever, is because you get your little pet. I mean, you get a boar. What's better than having a boar in PvP? It's pretty sweet. I call mine Stubbs. He's pretty awesome. So keep that in mind. You get a boar if you run this build, and your boar is smashing it into the enemies. I think that's pretty cool. But name him whatever you want. I call mine Stubbs because he's stubby. But yeah, that's really the build. So if you have any questions or you want answers on it, if you're confused about anything about this build, just let me know. Oh, I can touch bases on some of the things that happen, like where you proc your pet. The other thing that's good about your pet is it'll proc Prey on the Weak, so every time it gets a critical hit, you get a damage increase by 8%. That's why you always want to keep your pet up. So that's why I recommend going for Hasten Call, so in case your pet dies, you get it instant. So look, I cast Hasten Call, and it brings in a new pet without having to cast it, so that's great. But really, yeah, that's everything about the build. I hope you guys liked it. If you were confused, leave a comment, I'll answer it, or just shoot me PM in game. I hope this helps. I'll catch you guys later.